Good morning, Alliance. It's Friday, April the 27th, I think. Yes, it's Friday the 27th. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
Good morning, Katie. I'm fine.
It was a board meeting last night. We were in beautiful Alpha Park. That is an awesome library. If you're out touring libraries, you want to see John Richmond's library because it's amazing. We had a board meeting with full attendance. Barbara was in the chair. She had caught the red eye back from Los Angeles, so she was a little tired, but still chaired an awesome meeting. We started off with our usual introductions. We had several guests from the Alpha Park Library Board who were there. And we also had Sue Beach, who was in the audience, so it was nice to have some folks coming to see us. We then went to the usual agenda, and then the consent agenda were passed. We moved into correspondence. Jerry had a few items, of course, from Second Life. We talked a little bit about the awards. Thanks for answering the phone, Ted. It's my office. What can I say? Then we cruised on to the Executive Director's Report, and Barbara talked a little bit about the trip she did to California and to Washington, talking about Second Life and talking about Alliance's commitment to a virtual library service, and that was really well received by the board. They were really interested in those pieces. And then we moved on to the Executive Director's Report, which I'm sure you've seen on the website. I talk a little bit about we're getting close to year end, and so watching the budget tight really closely because it is going to be a tough budget year. We talk a little bit about Al's grants and the grants that Lori Bell's been working on, and you'll see that we have three really big outstanding grants that we have great hope for from IMLS. So we hope by June and July to have some word on those big grants. We list the LSTA grants that Alliance is working on, and I'm sure all our members are also scrambling to get those LSTA grants in by the due date. We talked a little bit to the board about the We the People Bookshelf Grant and the list of 92 of the ELS members who got bookshelf grants. So we're absolutely thrilled and congratulate those folks, and I know they're working on programs right now. We talked a little bit about the ELS Awards Committee is up and running, and Jerry is the mover and shaker on that one. So the committee will be putting out calls for folks from Alliance to nominate the Librarian of the Year, the Trustee of the Year. There's lots of awards coming out, and that should be up on the website by when, Jerry?
In probably July.
July we should have something up, so if you're thinking of nominating somebody, keep your eyes out for that because the call for nominations should be out in July. The board talked a little bit about the ALS Day and how successful it was. 140 people. We were really pleased with the results when we went over the evaluation forms. People were totally pleased with our two speakers, and I've talked to some folks who are saying that they're already implementing some of that extreme customer care stuff that they learned on Tuesday. We talked a little bit about group purchases, and up on the website now are the group purchases for computers, and when you look at those, you'll be amazed at some of the prices. Thanks to the communications department, they were able to negotiate computer prices that are approximately 50% below what you could buy in the open market. So if you're thinking about new computers when you upgrade the RSA, have a look at those, and we'll be glad to walk you through and talk to you about them. So the board was really excited about the group purchase possibilities. From there, we moved into new reports. The first one was the RSA and Information Technology Annual Review, so Kendall's department and their annual review. Kendall talked a little bit about the core services that RSA provide. Currently, RSA has over 296,000 patrons, and they circulate over 303,000 items per month. We have 73 online libraries and 34 branches, and we know that that will increase as we get closer and closer to, I guess, Jerry, we can call it D-Day, when we actually press that button in November and we switch over from the Carl to the Unicorn system. We hope to have even more RSA members. And so we talked a little bit about the whole year and the transition process and how folks have worked so very hard in all the committees. Over 5 years worth of people time has gone into getting this decision and now rolling out the product. So the board was really interested in the work that RSA has done, and really pleased with the progress and the possibility of pressing that button in November. So the board wanted me to make sure that I thanked all of the RSA members, the planning committee, and all the members at large who have committed so much time to this decision. From Kendall's report, we moved on to the annual budget, and we really talk about three budgets. We talk about Alliance budget, we talk about the RSA budget, and we talk about the MITBIC budget. The Alliance budget, we are expecting flat revenue from the state. It is a very tight budget. We have had to cut back a whole lot of stuff so that we can maintain service. So at this point, we've pulled back on CE for staff. We have pulled back on anything that isn't directly related to the service to our members. And so we hope by the end of the year that we end up with a more positive budget, but at this point it is a very, very tight budget despite all our efforts to streamline. I know that most of our members are working on their budgets right now, and just like you, it is healthcare and utility costs that are just sinking us. And so we are trying to maintain a budget that will still maintain service and continue to do the product and the kind of stuff that we like to do. In terms of RSA, their budget looks very strong. They've continued to put more money into their capital development budget, because even though we've just bought a new system, we want to start now so that when we need upgrades and new pieces to that system, we aren't in the hole. So that planning is in the place. And MITBIC at this point has gone in with a level budget as well, like they did last year, and will continue to push the marketing piece of their service. So that was the budget as accepted by the board. We did have a budget amendment from MITBIC talking a little bit about some of the changes, and we asked the board with a lot of smiles on our face if we could have a motion to open a brokerage account for MITBIC, because MITBIC was been given in a donation some stocks, and so I don't think we're going to be able to go and buy some pearls for everybody, but it will add a revenue stream to MITBIC, and so we're absolutely thrilled that that possibility is unrolling. The last piece of business on the board meeting's agenda, and by then we were at 7:30, quarter to 8, something like that, Jerry. We put a motion from the advisory council recommending that the Pantograph Library, that no longer has a librarian, be taken off the membership list. And so with regret, the board accepted the recommendation of the advisory council, and the Pantograph is no longer a member of Alliance. We hope that in the future, when their revenue lines are better, they will be able to rehire a librarian and come back and be a member, but at this point they have withdrawn. That was the end of the formal board meeting. Barbara did talk a little bit and first of all, she thanked the ALS staff for a wonderful ALS Day, and the whole year of the customers she thinks is going to be an awesome project. She talked a little bit about our customer service luncheon, and here's the brochure. The first customer service luncheon is June the 1st, and Jerry's daughter-in-law, Teresa, direct from Disney. I don't know if she's coming in a costume. Is she wearing Mickey?
I don't know.
Anyways, if you want to talk about good customer service, and nobody does it better than Disney, then you want to be here June 1st, 11:45 to 1:15, and then a workshop afterwards. Pick up our brochure. It's going to be an awesome event. The last thing I have to say is, if you don't have any bookmarks from ILA, they have some awesome new bookmarks. I just happen to have a couple thousand boxes. If you want some, let your consultant know. They're all on dealing with cyber bullies, safe blogging, and social networking. So that was the board meeting. Have a swell week, and we'll see you next time on the Director's Notebook. Thanks a lot.